Hello, welcome. If this video found you, it's absolutely no accident, and I'm so happy you're here. I have a message today about awakening the healer within. I'm really excited about it because it came through with such ease, and then after I'm like trying to piece it together from a very 3D point of view. And the way that I like to flow here is usually to just riff. I do take accountability because because I am in this freestyle state. Sometimes I'm not going to be super accurate. There might be videos where I'm going to have to correct myself and be like, wait, I said that and then I learned this. So just know that by me speaking here with you, I do not have all the answers. The teacher is always the student and vice versa. So if you're here, it's no accident. Welcome, welcome. My name is Mystic Maya, and I'm just so excited to be here with you. So where do we begin? Let me see just what wants to come through. Okay, so I truly believe, as humans, we go through certain circumstances in our life, and they only help us become more stronger, or in an essence, awaken the infinite strength that we've always had within us, beneath us. And we just have to awaken it, choose it to be so, activate it, call it upon. And we realize that we had all the answers that we seeked within us. And there's this misconception that it's from the outside looking in, but really it's from the inside looking out. And the reason why I bring this up is because the channeled message that I got today, I feel like I was only able to really be a vessel for it because I've been through certain situations in my life where I got to learn what is of the highest light from certain circumstances that were really, in the time of me going through them, it felt like the end of the world. It felt like I was so small. It felt like I was a victim, but really I was just a student in the driver's seat. And the message that came through today is about the healer. Now, most likely, if this found you, you identify yourself as a healer. The way shower, a trailblazer, a light worker, an energy medicine carrier. But there might be a slight chance that you don't identify yourself as this, but you're starting to get curious with what that is, or maybe this message found you just to open some things up. And when I say open things up, I mean change your perspective, change your parallax, but only if it's true to you. Because again, we're all at a certain place, at a certain time. And sometimes we're just not willing or able to receive that information in that very moment, but it stays with us like a lingering echo that kind of inspires us as time goes on. And when we're ready, we might hear it again. An example that's coming up, Marley's coming to say hi. And hopefully that was clear, because now that I say it out loud, I'm like, is that really clear? But an example that's coming up is you can tell a friend something multiple times, but they won't listen to you. But it's not until a different person with a different frequency. Marley, can you be discreet? Let's not lick certain parts right now. So coming back to what I was saying, the friend can hear the same thing that you said from a different person in a different frequency, and it just clicks. So it's similar to kind of this vibration right now. It's either you're going to understand it right off the bat, or it's going to be something to explore. But essentially, if you're here, if this message found you, it's because you're ready to awaken the healer within. And that has many levels, as it's very multidimensional. So either you've already awakened certain light codes within you and you're on that journey to continue discovering the light codes within, the healer within, the mystic within, etc. Even the God within, right? Because God is a part of us. We are a part of that energy, and we're not separate from the oneness. And that's a whole different topic in itself, but it's so important to bring that up, because when we know that, when we lead from the place of, and it's not even a place, but it's an energy, a frequency of, I am a part of God, we realize that there's nothing that we cannot do, because we're infinite beings that have resources to infinite solutions. And being here on the 3D plane does mean duality. It does mean we're going to face challenges. And that's kind of the fun part. Maybe in the moment when you're going through the struggle, it's not so fun. No, it's not. So I don't want to take away that energy and that growth and that pain and that grief, because it's valid. It's 100% valid. But there's always going to be a point where you look back of what you've overcame, the mountain peaks that you crossed, and you're just in awe of how much resilience and strength you had within you. And you had no idea until it just came knocking on your door, asking you to open it, right? And that goes hand in hand with the message today. So I'm going to read it to you, and Marley's here with us. She's crying. She's giving her little vocals of I want love and attention. So maybe that is a sign that there is a part of you right now that wants that same attention. So just know that you're worthy of being seen, loved, and heard. And in this space, it is my intention that that's what you feel. And this message that I'm about to read is coming from that energy of, here's some wisdom to spark an evolution of you going deeper in this frequency of I am worthy of being heard, I'm worthy of being seen, I'm worthy of being loved, I'm worthy of being celebrated. And sometimes we got to call on the inner healer within us to help us do that, because we are limitless. All right, so here is the message, the channel. Marley, you want to sit and be with us as we read? Say hi to everyone. This is Marley. She's 2. She's a boxer and a blue eye. Wait, hold on. It's so tricky to say. She's a mix, and she's a boxer in a Louisiana Catahoula, but specifically there's like a breed of the glass eye, because her eyes are so trippy. I don't know if you guys noticed, her eyes are blue, but they can be somewhat white. And a lot of people, this is kind of a side tangent before we go in, but maybe it connects, because it's like at one parallax, one point of view, when people are new to Marley, they can either be very scared of her eyes and be like, what the heck? What is that? It's like very like ghost-like energy, I've heard. Or they're like, oh my God, look at this pure, loving, blue-eyed soul. Like, it can be either or. And it's funny because neither is right or wrong, because they're both true, and in essence, it all depends on how you look at it. All right, so we're going to read the channel message that came through. I did not edit this. Like, this is just me flowing. I don't personally call it, but if you're new to it, it's called... there's a few names, but automatic scripting for channeling. All right. So before I read it, just find a comfortable position, whether you're driving or in your home space that you can sit in a comfortable position. Just affirm to yourself, I am open, I am receptive, if that feels in alignment. And just know that you are the creator here. You have the freedom to choose if this message will be for you, or just something that is planted and explored with. So use your discernment here. Okay. Coming clear to me to say that this message really came through a vessel, an energy of the highest love and compassion for all. Okay. The healer is not separate from your identity. Identity is a 3D construct created to help you feel safe. However, your identity is not all of you. You are a multi-dimensional being. You are an infinite soul living in a finite body vessel. But that's not to say that your body isn't important, because it is. Your body is a map of your consciousness. Your consciousness goes beyond this lifetime as it never dies. Because you are energy, and energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be remembered and alchemized. The healer is a part of the self with a capital S. The multi-layered essence of oneness that makes you uniquely who you are. The healer lies in your DNA, the mastery of God and the universe flowing within you. Depending on where you are on your soul's journey, this information might trigger anger or hope or anything in between. Either ways, it's up to you to explore it. You have codes of the healer within you now. Maybe some of you are already open and activated, while some parts of your healer are still dormant. Or maybe they're all dormant, and now it is the time to get curious and awaken to them. Befriend the healer with you. Or better yet, can you befriend the healer with you? Your healer codes, I'm just realizing that question was funny. But in essence, it's supposed to be, can you befriend the healer within you? Your healer codes are limitless and buzzing with wisdom of light to rediscover. The role of the healer is to guide, uplift, and mirror the inherent wholeness that already exists within you. Each of us are conduits of energy. The answers we seek are brewing within us, asking us to set them free. As always, everything unfolds in its own divine order, as time is an illusion. Time is of the linear world. There is no such thing as being late when you trust yourself and God, or whatever you call God. You can activate your inner healer through the intention of curiosity alone. When we are curious, we give permission to our inner child to roam free, and that energy is when we are closest to God, or whatever you call a higher power. You can also awaken your inner healer codes with your words in a sacred prayer-like form, leading from the heart, grounded in that childlike curiosity. Words act as bridges between heaven and earth. When tuned in to a higher frequency, our words transmute fear into love. Here is a prayer to activate your inner healer. Breathe 3 times to ground before reciting the prayer. I am open and receptive to learn more about my healer codes of light. I give myself permission to get curious with my activated healer codes. What is it that I must know? I ask that my activation be integrated at a speed that I can handle. I trust myself and the divine to help me connect the dots from here. My inner healer is now activated. And then you're going to say thank you 3 times while snapping at the same time. For example, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure if I did that 3 times, but you'll do it 3 times as you snap. And then you take 3 deep breaths again to close. So and as you close with those 3 deep breaths, you're basically allowing the vibration of the words, the prayer you just said, to just infuse all of your cells, your chakras, your auric field, your physical body and beyond. Just taking that moment, that pause to really let those words sink in and just be curious. And so that's the channeled message that came through. And as I was reciting it, I realized there were some things that I want to share with you, but I'm just going to take some water. So I don't know if I shared this at the beginning of the video. I have to say, sometimes I kind of like black out when I do these videos because I feel like there's an energy moving through me beyond Maya, even though Maya's here. So if I repeat myself, either there's a reason for it or I'll just get better with time as I get consistent with these videos. But I was talking about in the beginning how personal stories kind of give us the permission to talk about certain things, because it's not until you go through something that you can actually speak about it, right? And I come from an experienced background of working in the wellness space. And for a while, I had a really hard time. Side note, if you're new to this channel, excuse me, confirmation burp. Sometimes I use personal stories to connect the dots. So just know that the I is the we, and the we is the I, and the you is the I, and the I is the you, and the you is the we. It's all an infinite connection, okay? So take what you need, leave behind what you don't. But for a while, I was really just annoyed at healers who were leading in the wellness community and doing so well when energetically I could feel that they weren't doing it with integrity from my perspective, right? Of course, that is subjective, just like art. We're all going to have our, ways of looking at things. But from my parallax, I felt that there was a lack of integrity and alignment and embodiment, but here they are doing big things. And I feel like that leads us on this rabbit hole of like, how is it that some people are so successful when they're not leading from the heart? Because to me, and maybe if you're here, let me know if this resonates, but to me, those who don't lead from the heart and are successful, it just feels like the power scales are off. So how can that be? Because here I am, someone who's genuinely wanting the highest good for all, to be the leading front, but I'm still struggling with quote unquote success, career, bringing in a balanced income, understanding my worth, and so forth and so on, right? So how can that be that there's these unaligned beings leading the forefront? I feel like that can be a dialogue about charisma and even believing in yourself so much that you just make things happen, right? If you believe it, you achieve it. Simple as that. But maybe it goes even deeper, and maybe this is where the new earth comes into place, that now it's all about frequency. It goes beyond if you believe it, you can achieve it. It's more if you believe it in a frequency of integrity and alignment and embodiment, then you can achieve it. As I say this out loud, I don't even know if I'm making sense. So if I'm making sense, give me a little thumbs up or be like, yeah, that totally made sense. And if not, maybe we just need to have another dialogue about this. So bear with me as I figure this out. But I guess what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that I had a really hard time with those who identify themselves as successful healers who I felt weren't leading with integrity. And it made me angry. And I remember once someone told me the things that make you angry is actually the starting point of where your purpose lies, because when you know what makes you angry, you know where to funnel that anger into art, into positive change, into alchemy, right? And for a while, I kind of explored, what does the healer even mean? What does it look like? What is the role of the healer really? And then, through time, I realized we're all healers. And that really goes hand in hand with this channeled message. We are all healers. We are all healers. You might be new to this notion, but even if you are an accountant or a musician or a clerk at the grocery or a babysitter or a farmer or a pilot or etc., 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 whatever you identify your role to be, the healer within you is still there, even if you call yourself a farmer, an accountant, an entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? And that goes hand in hand with the channeled message of the healer is not separate from your identity. Identity is a 3D construct created to help you feel safe, and so forth. That's what I'm talking about, is that we all are the healer. And if you experience any situations in your life that challenge that, it's just a mirror effect reminding you of your great strength. Because if there's anyone leading from a place of telling you that you're not enough, it's just a reflection of their own shadows that they're projecting on you. And this is where the journey, the evolution, the wisdom of self-love and understanding the duality of life and what lies in between that, to help guide you in those moments. Because most likely, if you yourself are at a place of being wounded and triggered from that, which is okay and valid, like for example, when I was in that wellness community and I kept being reflected these circumstances that I'm not a good enough healer, I don't have enough certificates, I don't speak, the wisdom in the right way, I don't do it in the right way, my integrity is not right, all these things, it allowed me to go deeper in my self-discovery until I realized this is just a test. And I get to choose if this energy, because the person is just an energy, and it's reflecting, are you going to stay at this frequency and be complacent? Or are you going to up level and bring back your power, call in your sovereignty, activate the healer within you on a deeper level, right? So all of those shadow reflections is just an opportunity to awaken the healer within. We all have a healer within. So go explore this notion. Let me know if this resonates in the comments. I'm going to leave this video short and sweet versus the other ones because they're all like 40 minutes, but I'll do my best to have more bite-sized videos. But yeah, I don't know. I trust that this message needs to come through. And if it makes sense, you are the decider of that. But I don't know. I keep saying I don't know because I think that is now all of a sudden like that energy within me of doubt that's creeping in. It's like, I feel really vulnerable. Like I let a shield of my experiences be seen to those that I technically don't know, but I do know because we're soul fam. So yeah, thank you for just being a trusted space. And if this message does meet you in your shadow parts, just know that it is said with love and always with love. And I'm here to just be a reflector. Literally, in human design, I am a reflector, which means I meant to really hold spaces and also reflect the light and the shadows. So just know that that is kind of a part of my mission. So if you don't connect with this, then maybe this channel isn't for you, and that's okay. And maybe we'll meet again along the way. But if this message feels in resonance with you, heck yeah, I'm so stoked you're here. Let me know where you're from in the comments, and I'm excited to continue evolving together. The light in me sees the light in you. See you soon. Love you.